stir it. If you introduce a spatula to stir the substance as it is there, then what you do is to stir it up using, when you stir it, then the diffusion will be very, very fast. Or you take the whole substance and still you shake it together. It could increase. Another factor is the size of the molecules of the diffusing substance. Another factor that can speed up the rate of diffusion is when you reduce the size of the molecules. Reducing the size of diffusing molecule. For example, if you want, like the example that we give, you want camphor to diffuse faster, all you need to grind it. If you diffusing substance that is having a size, if you grind it to powder, if you grind the camphor to powder and open it up, the one that is intact, okay, will not diffuse as fast as the one that you have grounded into powder. So we see that the size of the molecule, this is the large size. These are small size. So molecules that are small in size will diffuse faster than molecules that are large in size. After this, we need to look at examples of diffusion in living organisms. So we have mentioned the three main factors that will speed up the rate of diffusion: increase in temperature, shaking or stirring of the medium, or reducing the size of the diffusing molecule will speed up the rate of diffusion. Let's now quickly look at examples of diffusion in a living system. Examples of diffusion in living organisms. Examples of diffusion in living organisms. Now, one, absorption of digested food from the small intestine into the bloodstream is by diffusion. So we have one, absorption of digested food from the intestine through the villi into the bloodstream. Is by diffusion. That's an example of diffusion, in our body. Now, food and the oxygen diffuse from the blood to the cells. The process through which food and oxygen diffuse from blood to cells, diffuse process of the body through diffusion. The cells of the body needs food, and they need that absorbed food, and they need oxygen. So the movement of this oxygen and food from the blood into the cells is by diffusion. Another importance is that in organisms like amoeba, the exchange of gases between the surrounding water and amoeba is by diffusion. For example, that organism is like this. If this is our amoeba, it's a protozoa, and it lives in water. Okay. The exchange of gas, this organism needs oxygen, and this oxygen is in the surrounding water. Okay. This oxygen diffuses through the plasmalemma into the organism, and the carbon dioxide diffuses out. So oxygen goes in, then carbon dioxide, which is a waste product, diffuses what? Out. That process is through diffusion. This is gaseous, diffusion of gaseous molecule. When we breathe in also, and the oxygen gets into our lungs, there is an interface between our bloodstream and the air that is in our lungs. So the air that is in our lungs diffuses into the bloodstream. Okay, the oxygen diffuses into the bloodstream, whereas the carbon dioxide that is generated from the cells diffuses out into the lungs and goes out. All these processes are, by diffusion. They are by diffusion. Now, diffusion does not only take place in animals. Diffusion also takes place in what? In plants. For example, during the process of photosynthesis, the movement of carbon dioxide in the process of photosynthesis in the leaves. What happens is that, assuming that this is the leaf of a green plant, you have the leaf of a green plant in photosynthesis. Molecules of water and carbon dioxide combine together in the presence of chlorophyll of a green leaf and sunlight energy to give rise to the food, to the carbohydrates that is needed by plants. And in that process, oxygen is given off. This is our oxygen, and it is given off. This is the food that is produced. So during photosynthesis, this carbon dioxide gets into the leaf by diffusion through the stomatal openings in the leaf. So the process through which this oxygen gets into the leaf for the process of photosynthesis is by diffusion. And in plants also, after metabolism, this oxygen is given off as byproduct, and this diffuses out of the chloroplasts. So the process through which this diffuses out of the chloroplast is also, this oxygen diffuses out of the chloroplast is also by diffusion. It's also by diffusion. So we have a lot of processes, including excretion, digestion, okay, and food formation in plants. Those are processes that has to do with diffusion in organism, and actually diffusion is necessary for maintenance of the cells of living organism. Having said this, I want to believe that you have learned something about diffusion in this class. In the next class, we are going to be looking at another biophysical process. We'll look at another biophysical process that helps living things to carry out their normal life and in whatever areas that they are important. Before I go, I want you to read more about these aspects of biophysical processes and attempt this assignment. The assignment is this. 1. Mention 3 processes in animals and 2 processes in plants. 2 processes in plants, 3 processes in animals involving the process of diffusion. We have come to the end of our class for today. Till the next time that we are going to meet, I would like you to go back to your textbooks and read more to get understanding or better understanding of this topic. Good day to you. Thank you. You are welcome.